When King Isaiah entered Olympus, he saw Zeus. He was hung up on a noose. Isaiah rushed, cutting his father down, but then the darkness began to surround. Zeus was dead and the others too. Now it seems Isaiah's time was through. Isaiah shot his lightning into the surrounding dark, but the power difference was clearly quite stark. Isaiah screamed, "Show yourself, you freak!" A sinister voice responded, "Your future is rather bleak. I killed your parents. In comparison, you are weak." Isaiah's eyes then filled with rage, and then it was war. He was ready to rage. His arms crackled with power, and then with lightning he did shower. The darkness was seemingly put out. He was sure he could win. He had no doubt. Then his father's body shook and twisted, and now it seemed with the shadows he did enlisted. The fallen Zeus turned on his son, who dodged as he started to run. But Zeus clapped, and Isaiah fell. But quickly he recited a spell. The spell was one of great might, and Isaiah's eyes turned a bright light. From his hand a beam of light started to grow, wrapping around his new foe. He then did a cleansing ritual, freeing his dad. Watching his father become lifeless again was really quite sad. Then from the shadows, Ares appeared. Suddenly Isaiah was filled with great fear. Isaiah then started to speak as he was grabbed by the throat, as if he was weak. He couldn't form a spell. He struggled and wanted to yell. The mighty foe smiled as Isaiah's eyes started to dim. It appeared his future was quite grim. Isaiah realized his own power he had to rely as he looked up toward the sky. And then lightning shot into his foe, but it appeared to be a rather weak blow. Ares smiled as he started to laugh. Isaiah then reached out and summoned Zeus's staff. He used it to push himself free. He spun as he counted. 1, 2, 3. That's when Ares charged and Isaiah hit, knocking him back, and with blood he did spit. Isaiah saw this and pressed the attack. Ares seemingly was falling aback. Then Isaiah used his staff for a mighty swing, but Ares caught it and broke it as if it was a mere thing. Isaiah was stunned by this impossible act. Ares' power was unparalleled, and that was a fact. Isaiah pulled a book containing a spell. He began to read for it, but then he did fell. He awoke in a haze, but it appears it had been some days. He was in a tower in chains, and spikes were stuck into him, causing great pain. He tried to escape, but the spikes only grew. It was then that he finally knew. He was alive as mere bait, and that was his fate.